We got action. Auburn is set to make Alex Golesh their next head coach. Now, personally, I love this hire. I was banging the drum during the better part of the last couple of weeks for someone to go hire Alex Golesh, several SEC schools to go hire Alex Golesh. Didn't think it would be Auburn, but as we are a few moments removed from getting this news, I like it, man. I like it. We will unpack why here right now for the former USF coach now heading to the Plains. Before we do that, though, Auburn, you've been close. I know you got PTSD hearing that, but is Alex Golesh the guy to get you over the hump? If he is, promise you we're going to talk about it. And if he's not, we're going to talk about it too, but we're going to break down this hire. If you're an Auburn fan, make sure you are subscribed because I like what this says for your football team, all right? Now, the biggest thing with Alex Golesh, he's 22-15 with his days at USF. I get all that, but here's the thing that I love about what he brings to the table. To me, he checks so many boxes of what Auburn needs in their next head coach. Auburn, it's been a weird year. Like 6 games determined by one score. 0-6 in those one-score games. Oh, by the way, you lost to Georgia by 10 points. I'm not trying to remind you of all that. I'm just setting the table here. You needed a personality that was a little bit more intense, a little bit more of a disruptor personality. To me, that's Alex Golesh. And in my mind's eye, this is all I can see when I think about Alex Golesh. I cannot shake the picture of him walking across the field after USF beats FAU, and he gives him the frosty handshake to Tom Herman, looks right through him, right past him. Tom Herman wanted to mix it up after the fact, wanted to have a little brouhaha afterwards, and Alex Golesh just blinders on, keeping it moving, not even talking to Tom Herman, not even acknowledging Tom Herman. And after I saw that, I was like, wait a second, what's the backstory there? Go back and look at it. Tom Herman is onside kicking when FAU is beating the brakes off USF the season before. Alex Golesh asked about it in the press conference after the loss to FAU the season before, and he says, you know what, we'll remember that, we'll keep receipts, and we'll go about it going forward here. And then the next year, what happens, USF takes belt to cheeks against FAU, and then Alex Golesh, he didn't forget. That kind of energy, that kind of edge, I think that's what Auburn's been missing. Because that logo, that brand power, those resources, everyone when they're aligned at Auburn, you know what that thing can be. And I understand how this feels because you didn't hire some splashy name from a P4 school. But here's what I think. I think if you wanted to hire Josh Heupel, you just hired the next best thing. I know it's a big statement, but Alex Golesh was the OC for Josh Heupel when they went on that magical run in 2022. You hired on the offensive side, which I also love, which should help in retaining some of this talent with the USF offense being top 5 in points and yards this year. I love this hire for Auburn because it fits what they needed. You needed someone who was going to help retain what you had on the roster talent-wise, and you needed someone that was going to bring a different sense of just aggression and intensity and chip on the shoulder. Like it felt like Auburn needed someone that was willing to bleed out on the 50-yard line for a win. And I think Alex Golesh is that guy for you. I think he's hungry to prove himself. I think Auburn as a whole is hungry to prove themselves. And I think this too for Auburn. I understand there's this feeling of, well, we hired a G5 guy. He's not quite as proven. Alex Golesh gets the remodel that Auburn needs. Before he got to USF, the 4 seasons before, 8-37 were the 4 years before Alex Golesh got to USF. 8-37. This year, Alex Golesh got him 2 ranked wins. Had him in contention for a college football playoff berth. Like Alex Golesh knows what it looks like to have winning football. Alex Golesh knows what it is, more importantly, to take a team that is so close, or in USF's case, not close at all, to then getting them to a point where they can be competitive and compete for some exciting stuff. So the personality, the offensive acumen, the track record in the SEC that he had at Tennessee, I love all of that for for Alex Golesh with his career under Josh Heupel and what he's going to bring to the Plains. Now, I want to address this too because it was kind of the way that we thought it was going into the studio this morning. It sounded to me like it was trending towards potentially DJ Durkin being your guy. DC at Auburn this past season gets the interim tag. Team obviously plays hard for him. If I'm Alex Golesh, he is my number 1 recruit the minute I have the ink dry on this contract on the Plains. Number 1 recruit. Because with that defense of DJ Durkin and the potential for the Alex Golesh offense, they could do some really exciting things on the Plains. Like that marriage to me would be phenomenal. There's a reason why some big schools went after DJ Durkin this past offseason. He's elite at his job. So you try as best you can to keep him on the staff, as well as to try and retain some of the guys that DJ Durkin would help you retain. Like, that's the obvious part of this. But I like the Alex Golesh hire as opposed to DJ Durkin because of what I started this whole segment with. Auburn has been really close. Really close. 0-6 in one-score games, 3 of those one-score games to college football playoff teams. It sucks. It gives you PTSD to hear it because Hugh Freeze kept saying it, but you know what? It's true. And for Auburn, if you went with someone who was a part of that staff and a part of those one-score losses to lead the team going forward here, I don't think you would be getting the hard reset you need to go in at the highest level. Because here's the thing, it's not about talent for Auburn. It's not about talent for Auburn. What it's about for Auburn is majoring in those moments where it is we win the game or we lose the game. Fourth quarter, chip stacked, final play, fourth down stop, whatever. Like the moments, the competitive moments that Auburn has lost far too many times this year, I think Alex Golesh and, again, his personality, the disruptor profile that he brings here to Auburn, I think he majors in that and is going to help Auburn get over the hump in those moments, or at least help you have a better batting average in that way. So is Alex Golesh the Power 4 name that you maybe were expecting if you were Auburn, or the splashiest hire in the world when it comes to big names that you could imagine? Maybe not. Maybe you're thrilled about it. I think if you're thrilled about it, you should. But you know what? Alex Golesh is the green piece of fruit at the grocery store. Just because it's not the most ripe right now during this cycle doesn't mean you don't have someone that's going to be ripe here in the future to do some really good things. So I think Auburn hired on the front end of the potential for Alex Golesh. I love what he brings to the table from everything I just said. Offensive acumen, experience in the SEC, experience remodeling and rebuilding teams. Auburn's got talent. It's about the moments. And I think Alex Golesh is going to major in those moments. Auburn fans, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. We fired up. We juiced about the Golesh era on the Plains. I personally am. I love this for Auburn, and I can't wait to see what he does for the Tigers. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Cato on the ones and twos. Make sure you're subscribed. We're going to keep this party rolling. We will see y'all next time.